The South Sea, we can't really de-alienate the fact that it's so closely related to trade itself. And essentially, that's what the bone of contention is between China and the US. I mean, just in South China Sea, there's 11 billion barrels of oil, some 110 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. I mean, this is a very strategic location, and 10% of the world's fisheries are also here. There's obviously more to it than just trying to alert China that what they're doing is wrong by the U.S.
Yes. As you said, it's one of the most important waterways economically for global trade. It's also in China's backyard, as they would term it. So this is something that's different. The U.S. tends to project power overseas, but there's no disputes they've ever had along their own borders. Mm-hmm. Everything has been in the Middle East, in Europe, in Southeast Asia. But for China, this is right on their back door. So China will not accept having a strong U.S. naval presence in the South China Sea.
And this is another thing that seems to have come up, coinciding not just with the trade war, is that the INF treaty that the U.S. essentially withdrew from with Russia. Meanwhile, as it was involved in decades of wars in the Middle East, China has been stockpiling missiles to an extent that now some U.S. military experts are commenting that they're actually a threat to the U.S., which has essentially had a dominance there in the South China Sea.
So China does have a large stockpile of weapons. I don't think this is terribly significant because one of the things is they haven't been upgrading their nuclear program. So it takes them a while, something like 24 to 48 hours to prep nuclear weapons if they wanted to make a strike. Mm-hmm. China has also signed a no first strike, which America hasn't. And Donald Trump is talking about investing heavily in upgrading their own nuclear program. Where China is openly investing is expanding to 3 aircraft carriers, it's nuclear submarines, it's stealth fighters, and it's anti-missile. This is where China is more investing, expanding their blue water navy, the new port in Djibouti. Mm-hmm. So I don't see the arms race in stockpiling of missiles as the issue. Okay. What is more interesting is China's expansion as a blue water navy and its ability to lock the U.S. out of the South China Sea effectively.
Right.